You know, between me and you, I think we should ask for more money. A lot more.
Welcome back to the Resident Evil The Complete Story. All information gathered here is from us playing the games, the Resident Evil, and the normal Wikipedias, and Project Umbrella. When we last left off, we were moving to the Spencer mansion with Jill and Chris. But let's take a minute to talk about Leon and Claire. Where have they been? The events explained from here on in are from the movie Resident Evil Degeneration. So we're going to try to use as many scenes as we can, but be aware we might have to use still images to avoid copyright issues. Claire arrives at the Harvardville Airport in 2005. She is now a member of the TerraSave organization, which handles the search and rescue of survivors from chemical and biological attacks. She was patiently waiting at the airport when a zombie somehow gets inside and infests the entire airport. Meanwhile, a passenger aircraft crash lands at the airport due to someone on the plane being infected with the T virus. So now Claire is dealing with zombies who are already here and zombies from a crash-landed plane. She quickly grabs a few survivors and they hide in the VIP room. It's from here that they call for help. Help is coming though. After a full lockdown, Leon Kennedy arrives. Leon breaks into the airport in an attempt to save Claire and the other survivors with his team, which includes a woman named Angela Miller. Luckily, Leon is used to this kind of thing because he runs into a few problems. But eventually, he catches up with Claire and they begin their exfiltration. Time to begin a scene with a lot of zombies dying, and we pump the heavy metal soundtrack. As they get out, Claire sees a series of Will Pharma Corporation trucks showing up to administer vaccines to the viral outbreak. This is the first time that Claire finds out that a vaccine to the T virus has been made, and it is revealed that the TerraSave group has actually been causing problems for them to deliver the vaccine to places where it's needed. But suddenly, the trucks carrying the vaccines are destroyed. They reveal that the terrorist group is the one who blew up the vaccine, and the reason they did it is they want the truth. They believe that the government is behind the Raccoon City incident, not Umbrella, and they want the government to admit it. The reason they blew up the vaccine was to prevent the government from stopping their terrorist attack, which was going to use the T virus. So the terrorist group wants the government to admit they're involved, and the threat is that they're going to release more zombie virus if it's not revealed that the government did it first. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. It is at that time that they revealed the name of the terrorist leader, and his name is Curtis Miller, the brother of Angela Miller, the woman that went in with Leon to save everybody. Claire goes to the Will Pharma building with a researcher named Frederick Downing to retrieve more vaccines. He was actually introduced earlier in the movie, but really didn't play an important part until now. While Leon and Angela head to Curtis's house to see if they can find him. But when they arrive, the house is on fire, and Curtis is nowhere to be found. Claire and the Will Pharma researcher enter the Will Pharma headquarters, and he begins to give her a tour of the Will Pharma facility. Amazed by the technological advancements in the facility, Claire just watches in awe at all the features of this place. That is, until she sees an image of the G virus in Will Pharma's possession. She becomes furious and calls Leon to let him know that Will Pharma has the G virus. But as she's explaining this, the building explodes to a bomb going off in the Will Pharma facility. Leon and Angela show up to the Will Pharma facility and begin to look for Claire and Angela's brother, Curtis Miller. Curtis Miller is the one who set off the bomb in the facility, and as Angela finds him, he explains that due to the government cover-up, it prevented his family from being saved, and therefore, he needed to get them to admit that they covered it up. Just as he was finishing explaining the plot, a group of Marines show up and open fire on Curtis Miller, but he then mutates due to injecting himself with the G virus. The mutated Curtis Miller begins to fight off the Marines and kill them off quickly. Just as the building catches fire and the entire facility begins to crumble and fall apart. The building then goes into a massive lockdown to keep the virus contained. During this, Claire begins to head to the topmost floor to turn off the facility lockdown. The situation gets worse though, as the facility begins to eject portions of itself into a deep underground area to avoid the virus from getting out. With Curtis roaming around free and Claire trying to unlock the facility, Leon and Angela flee the situation and try to find their way out of the building. Leon and Angela begin to run away from the falling pieces of the building, trying to outrun Curtis as best as they can. As they climb higher and higher, they slip on a broken catwalk and Angela's about to fall to her death when Leon grabs her hand. But then Curtis grabs her leg and he's holding onto her to keep himself alive. But don't worry, folks. Leon is a crack shot, and he shoots Curtis in the head, forcing him to let go of Angela, and he falls into the burning wreckage that is the pieces of the Will Pharma building. It is revealed at this time that Will Pharma researcher Frederick Downing was behind everything. He orchestrated the attacks on the plane and the airport, and he destroyed the vaccine himself. He's also the one that planned a bombing on the research facility and the bioterrorism incidents by selling the T-virus samples. Why would he do all of this, you ask? That's simple. He wanted to prove the potential of the virus as a biological weapon to interested parties. Thinking he got away with it, he's waiting in a nearby location to sell the virus to the interested party. As the car pulls up, though, it's revealed that Leon and Claire are waiting to arrest him. With everything wrapping up nicely, it's finally revealed that Frederick Downing was actually an ex-Umbrella employee, and just before Raccoon City was destroyed, he stole the viruses so that he could sell them later. As everything seems to be going very well for our heroes, we're left with all of Will Pharma's data being erased by a program using the Tricell logo. We also see Tricell employees looking through the remains of the Will Pharma building and finding pieces of the body of Curtis. Join us next time when we get back to Chris and Jill in the Lost in Nightmares expansion pack of Resident Evil 5. Also, follow us on Twitter and Facebook for up-to-the-minute news all about Eligible Monster. And also, make sure you check out our other videos and our Let's Play channel. And if you're wondering where can I watch this movie, just go on over to Crackle. We found it for free on there right now.